Hi, back again. At the time it was pretty close actually. I must have just a minute or so off on the other one, but what can you say? Yeah. Anyway, we'll get round to continuing on where we were. I'm going to bore the hole for to take the steel pin. I'm going to do that first. I'm going to make the hole for this just slightly larger. It's a 3/16 roughly pin, steel pin, and I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to put a 1/4 inch hole in for it. Don't try and be too accurate with this because we're doing things without just with the eye, so you need to provide a little bit of clearance just to make sure it goes together. Once the iodite's into it, it'll be fine. But if you try and be too neat, it doesn't really work at all. So we'll put a 1/4 inch hole down through it, and that'll. I'm going to actually cut this eventually to the length that I need. It's just sitting a little bit long, and that'll do fine at that though. Just centre it up on it. We'll make a hole for it slightly. There's that brad all about. Give it a little start up. Somewhere to go to start. Because it's harder to. It should be alright, but you never know. Yeah, I was talking about that. I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Personally, I think they should leave them all in there. They are something else altogether. It's amazing the amount of people that like it, mind you. I only caught bits and pieces of it, that's enough for me. It's tricky, this. Just because it's all kind of shaped away, I've not a lot to follow here in terms of eyeing it up. I'll do my best. That's not bad at all, that's not bad. I was drawn off a little bit, but we'll just do what we can do with it. Yeah, it's one of these things, it's a difficult thing just to get exactly where you want it. Right, we're looking for the 1/2 inch. Now we'll pop my. Normally I'd turn that up and clear it out, but I'm not going to take it out of the vise because I've got it near enough centre. So same again. I have to just carry it just to get it to gently to the sides in. Flick it into the speed and just carry the drill when you're doing this to start with. Because it is going down through a joint line, it's tending to pull to the one side. But that's, if you leave things to the shaping off to the very end, that's where you can accommodate that slight little bit of difference. Really I should have the drill press set up and trying to do it in that. but it is a faff at times, so it is. But as you can see, we've got it, but we've not got it just where I wanted it. It did pull away to the one side, so we'll try it on top of it now. Yeah, I think we'll get that all right. That'll be fine once. It's like bending the stick may accommodate this actually, I don't know. Sometimes straight sticks are not really all they're cracked up to be. A little bend now and again is handy. It takes your eye off it. But it's pretty good at that. It's pretty good. Not as well as I would have expected it, but it's good enough. When you're doing this kind of thing, sometimes they work well, sometimes they don't. And you've just got to play around with it a little bit. It's not, as I say, it's not an exact science. I'm going to go back in here and just try and pull this over. Because it is the different in the grain, because the grain's running one way on one side of the handle and the other way on the other side, there's a tendency to want to follow the direct grain, and because you're trying to cut through the cross grain at the same time as it's going down, doesn't really like it. I knew it would want to pull, but I think there's just enough in it, but I'm going to run it back into it and just push it over to the one side a little bit. It's not far away, but I knew it would happen because that's just the way of it. It'll pick the easy road when it's doing it. Yeah, that's improved it a little bit, definitely. Yeah, you get that because of the cross graining. It will want to pull to the one grain. That's direct. That's vertical grain. It will want to pull to that. That's the easiest road for it. And cutting across the grain as it's going down doesn't really like it. But it's, if you take your time with it, you can get it near enough. Requires a little bit of adjustment now and again. Things don't always go right. Sometimes you look at some of these programs and you go, "Oh, that went really sweet," like, you know, but you just know it hasn't. There's always things that are just do not end up right. But that's good enough. Yeah. And as I say, there's still a lot of work to do on the handle yet, so we'll get it. It'll work at that. It's a case of just putting a bit more time into it. And I've got plenty of that stuff, so that's it. Yeah, that's better. That's better. And once it's all glued up, and yeah, that'll do. Once the rod's cut and narrowed down, yeah, it's going to work okay. Anyway, that's the idea behind it. And as I say, you can take your time. Problem is I get started one thing and then I tend to get distracted onto something else, and it takes me ages to figure out where I was before. But what I do with the templates is, and I was looking for it to show you this morning, I've got a book with all the different shapes of handles, and it's in there somewhere, and I shall dig that out. And it's got the sizes and all the other things, because this is what I made these templates off. I just marked it off and cut card to get a grid the thing with and roughly mark it out. juke about, cutting cardboard and shape them, and you can alter it here and there till you get what you want, and then cut it into a bit of MDF or hardboard or something like that, and that will give you templates now. And in there lies all the information. There's only 2 or 3 bloody folders too, and I keep going through them, and I'm saying, yeah, keep going through these, and it's not in it. Because I'd go and say to the wife, I can't find this. She'd come down. She'd come down and pick it out of the book. Go, there, it's there. You go, I was looked there. No, you didn't. Right enough, I didn't. I thought I'd looked there, but oh well, there you are. It's always the same, like, I can't find anything in the house. Grace, where is the thing? You never look. You never look right. I thought, I try my best. I don't really get there. But as I say, I was going to show you, and it's quite. I'll try and find it and draw them out for you on one of these big pads I've got, and let you see the different types. Even the knob one there is a knob handle, and as I say, it's best scraps of wood, good wood. Again, good wood. Sounds like the racing thing. There we go. Watching Rolls Royce the other night. They're good wood. I'd have one of them, mind you, the Rolls Royce. I was watching the programme on it. Beautiful craftsmanship, work. Oh, dear, dear. But fantastic. If I ever won that, well, I wouldn't win the lottery because I don't put it on. I need to depend on charity for somebody else, like, other people. But I'd have one of them. Oh, gorgeous. Wraith it was, the Rolls Royce Wraith. And they were showing you the development, they're working on it. And the wood shop and the place was fantastic. And all the leather, people doing the leather work and everything. Tailor made to fit you and pick out everything, things you want, things you like. And I hadn't really thought about motors, and I should have remembered because my cousin used to be a Rolls Royce mechanic. He used to work with Rosalie in Edinburgh many, many years ago. And fantastic cars. He used to pop out now and again when he was test driving them and pick my mother up and take her for a little run. She thought it was fantastic, like, The neighbours, of course, were Rolls Royce, big thing then, like, But so if I get one of them, that'll be it, like, I've got a bloody drive to put it in. There you are. Anyway, we'll come back to it once things settle. I'll cut things and we'll go back to putting it together and shaping it up a bit. But as you can see, we play away with things and try it. If it doesn't work, another bit. When you're making these things, make 2 or 3 of them at a time. If you're doing one, you're as well to do 2 or 3. If you're cutting out shapes and things like that. And never cut out the amount you need, always cut out more. Keep you busy, but if one goes wrong, you've always got others. So, anyway, that's that, to continue that a little bit on, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.